Conditioning your glove is the most important thing you can do to make sure it stays nice and lasts as long as possible. But if you're like me, you've seen all the different conditioners that are on the market and thought, what the heck is the difference between all these and what's the best one that I should be using? Hello friends, my name is Rich. I'm the founder of Glove Refresh. We have a store here in Tallahassee, Florida, where we service gloves mailed in from all across the country. We do a lot of break-ins, relacings, and cleanings. Our main mission is just to make sure that every ball player loves their glove and can use it for as long as possible. So in today's video, we're going to be testing all the different glove conditioners that are on the market to see the differences between all of them and hopefully determine which one's the best one that you should be using. So to figure this out, we're first going to be going through and applying conditioner to each one of these samples to see if any of them are easier to apply than others. We'll then go through and compare the color change of each one of these to see how drastic it is. And then lastly, we'll determine which one of these offers the best protection. Once that's all complete, we'll go through and tally it up and see if there's any clear winners. Before we get started, there's a few things I want to mention. First off, none of these brands have paid me in any way to control what I can or can't say. I know we do have some Starna stuff around the shop. All they do is send me free product. Again, they don't pay me or again, tell me what I can or can't say. And also, I want to try to base this as much as I can on just the data that we find out today, not just my opinion. So if you're ready, let's get into it. So starting off here, we have our control sample. This one has absolutely nothing on it, just a comparison, so that way we can use it for the other ones. So go ahead and set this one off to the side. So starting off, number one here is A&J's. This one's a smaller brand and they does smell really good, but I don't see their website up anymore, so I don't know if they're still in business or not. But if you can find this stuff, it's actually pretty good. We'll also mention that I've already gone through and done this test. This is the 8th coat I'm applying now, just so you know this isn't a fresh piece. This has been conditioned. So with that being said, go ahead and show you guys how easy these are to apply. I will also say A&J's I think takes the longest of any of these other ones to apply. But I'll just show you, it's still not too bad. So again, just gonna get a little bit on a rag here and just go ahead and buff all that in. And again, this one does smell really good. It's kind of got like a chocolatey scent to it. And then just kind of get a different piece of the rag, kind of buff off any of the excess. There you go. All right, number two here we have Ball Players Balm. This is the Game Ready glove conditioner. Kind of got like a tree sap smell to it. And then of all of them, this one is kind of the stickiest one that there is. You can kind of hear that. A little bit of stick to it. Not crazy once it dries, but when it's wet, it's still a little sticky. By the way, none of these really say the ingredients that they have on them. Some of them do a little bit. All this one says is 100% natural ingredients, waterproof, long-lasting, safe, all types of smooth leather, ultimate in leather care and conditioning. This guy, on the other hand, doesn't say anything as far as ingredients. Next up here is Ball Glove. This is another Ball Players Balm, but Ball Glove Conditioner Light. So this one is mint, designed specifically for lighter leathers. So of all of them, this one is definitely the thinnest and runniest of them all. So application can be a little bit trickier on this one. Again, like it doesn't even like, it kind of like even wants to like run around even on the rag. Let that soak in for a second. The liquids are always much easier to apply and go on much quicker. So if you have leather that's like super dry and you try to put something thicker and it's not wanting to spread around, might be better to go in with a liquid first and then go in with a thicker one later. So not really much to buff off on these. You just want to make sure that you're getting enough on there. Let's see if this one says anything else specific. Condition, break in, protect, and restore. Made in the USA. All right, moving on to the next one from Ball Players Balm. This one here is the Luxury Pro. Pretty similar to this next one here, which is Pro Glove Conditioner. This one's just like $1 more. Not a whole lot of differences in these. Just smells like conditioner, really. Pretty good smell, but nothing crazy. That other one over here, this one kind of just smells just like kind of clean. Honestly, it smells more soapy than conditioner anyways. This one actually heats up pretty quick compared to especially A&J's, and then even a little bit better than that Game Ready one. So it does apply a little bit quicker.
But then with that one, you might do a little bit too much because of how easy it goes on. But of course, you just buff off the excess and you're good to go. So there's that guy. Next up here, we have Ball Players Balm. This is the Pro Glove Conditioner. Again, look almost identical to this other one. Also, I forgot to mention, the Luxury does say that it has moringa oil in it. And then also contains coconut oil, whereas these other ones don't. This one also says it contains coconut oil. And actually, the back of these are, I think, absolutely identical as far as what's on there. The other one, slightly different, but not a whole lot. So like if you lose the cap on these guys, good luck figuring out which one's which. Honestly, smell about the same. I think this one might heat up even a little bit quicker than that other one does, but they're both pretty fast. Super easy application on this one. And get a nice even coat on there, and then grab another piece of the cloth and wipe off the excess. We have Mizuno Strong Oil here. The other conditioners that we've used so far, this one when it heats up, it doesn't really become translucent like the other ones do. This one just kind of warms up and gets pasty. So a little tougher to apply than the other ones, but still not bad. I usually use a horsehair brush, but usually we're not mixing a bunch of conditioners, but also a rag works really well. It's just a little bit tougher to get around laces with a rag versus a brush. There's that one. Honestly, it smells kind of soapy too. Nothing bad, but nothing great. Just, you know, generic conditioner smell. All right, next up, the only one that comes in a tube, we have Nakona Glove Conditioner. This one's got a lot of information on the back. It also says that it cleans as well, which, yes, it does clean. It would be better just to use a cleaner because this stuff does eventually like add up on the glove. But if you are trying to clean your glove, it would be better to use a leather cleaner than a conditioner. But in a pinch, a conditioner will work. This one is probably one of the easiest ones to apply because it's literally just like Vaseline almost. No crazy scents with this one either. So this is another good one if you have leather that's like super dry. This is one that will spread around pretty easy instead of taking forever like A&J's or something like that would. Go on that one. All right, moving on next here we have Pelican Glove Rub. This can I've had for a while. I think I got this at a baseball tournament somewhere. Just says all natural ingredients, nothing else really. Really good smell on this guy though. It's kind of got like a pine sap smell to it, but like, I don't know, in like a really good way. It's kind of a little bit of like menthol to it too. I don't know, it smells pretty good, but it's kind of hard to describe. This one's kind of just more of like a white paste, kind of close to what the Mizuno Strong Oil was. Not as thick as that stuff though, so this one applies a little bit easier than that one. All right, next up we have Rawlings Glove Conditioner. This one says softens, protects, and restores. That's it, no ingredients, nothing like that. Again, just pretty much a basic leather smell. Honestly, if anything, it smells slightly like throat numbing spray. That's about all I got for you though. Kind of hard to describe. Pretty easy application on this one. Heats up pretty quickly. Goes on pretty similar to all the other ones. All right, next up we've got another Rawlings one. This is Glove Oleum. It says glove oil with lanolin. This is by far the nastiest stuff if you can't tell already. Darkens the leather quite a bit. It's also the only one that comes in the spray bottle, so this one's probably the easiest one to apply out of all of them. Literally shake it up, crack it open, and then just spray it on there. By far the darkest one of them all. All right, next up we have Renapure. This one doesn't have anything to do with baseball at all. Just a great conditioning option. You can find these on Amazon and a couple other places. So definitely has a pretty distinct smell to it. It's kind of not great at first, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. But yeah, definitely a distinct smell to this one. Again, kind of like a yellowy paste to it. All right, next up we have our second liquid of the day. This one's Sarna Original. Very easy to apply. This one's a lot thicker than that other liquid, so that one kind of stays on the cloth a little bit easier. Very quick and easy to apply. Just like that, all done. All right, next up, this is a little bit of a newer one. This is pretty much same formula that the Sarna Original is, just with a lot of extra scents added to it. This one is their softball version. This one by far smells the best. This one just smells like straight up cotton candy.
Every time I smell it, I want to taste it. Don't do this at home. I don't know what all is in here. Hopefully this doesn't kill me, but yeah, does not taste like cotton candy at all.
But one thing I will mention though is if you saw the Sarna, it was almost white. But if you compare it to this one, I can show you side by side. Yeah, for some reason, a lot darker, but it's supposed to be the exact same formula. So I think that's must just be from all the fragrances they added or something like that. But again, not sure, but yeah, definitely darker in color. Again, same application as the other one. All right, next up again, we have another Sarna one. This is just Sarna Glove Oil. Doesn't say what it's made from. Not sure, just says glove oil. So again, this one's a little bit trickier because it's again very runny. So I usually just put this one just straight onto the leather first, and then kind of try to hold it and then rub it in when it's already on there. So this one definitely leaves it with a nice dark rich color, but it does darken it quite a bit, so just keep that in mind if you ever want to use this stuff. All right, and last up here is our Wilson Pro Stock Glove Conditioner. This one's definitely like the darkest looking paste of them all, but surprisingly, as you can see, doesn't change the color a ton, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, again, this one's kind of got like a tree vibe going on. But yeah, just a basic conditioner. I will also say this other one, the Sarna Oil, not the greatest smell to it. Not sure how to describe it, but not great. All right, well, that's the application test on all of these. I'll go ahead and let these sit for a little bit to let them fully soak in. And then I'll show you guys a little comparison of kind of how the color change looks, just comparing all of them. Here's how our samples are looking. They've sat for a couple hours, so they're fully soaked in now. We've got them split up into kind of 3 different groups here. We have our liquids down here, which yes, those of course are all lighter in color. A little hard to see, but those are lighter than the rest of them. They definitely have different shades between the 3 of these. So both the Sarna ones are pretty much almost identical, but then the Ball Players Balm Light is about the same as far as how dark it is, but just a different shade. And then again with the control on top of it, they all do darken it slightly, but just in like a different way. And then of course all of these are all like the creams and pastes, and those all darken it, but they're again not bad, and they're all pretty similar. And then of course we have our 2 oils down here on the end, which this is the Sarna oil, which honestly not a bad look if you're wanting to darken it. Just know that it does permanently darken it, whereas this one here is the Glavoleum. This is some pretty nasty stuff. This stuff darkens it big time, and that white chalky look to it is just from the sweat test that we did previously on it, because again the oils don't offer any protection, which we'll see here in a second, whereas these offer great protection. these none at all, and these kind of minimal. Next up, we got the sweat test. For those of you guys that don't know, one of the most dangerous things to the glove is sweat. It causes it to dry out and start cracking real bad like that. So the conditioner that can handle sweat the best would probably be one of the best conditioners. So that's what this next test here is gonna do. So I forgot to save my sweat from all the workouts I've been doing this week, so I'm gonna have to whip up some of my own. I'm just gonna use some salt here and then just make an extra strong solution with some water here. All right, so up first again, we have our control. As you can see, soaks in right away. I actually have a couple spots where it actually got touched with conditioner, so you can see what that does, but yeah, soaks right in, no protection whatsoever. Number one is A&J's. Again, beads up right away, pretty good sweat protection. Yeah, it does a pretty good job of beading right off. Number two is Ball Players Balm Game Ready. Again, pretty similar, beading right up, shakes right off. Number three is our first liquid, this is Ball Players Balm Light. So it doesn't bead off, but it doesn't soak in right away. So you have a little bit of sweat protection from this, but not great. Again, no beading, but again, a little bit of protection. There's water on there, but it's not beaded up, it's just an even coat, so that's kind of interesting. Number four here is Ball Players Balm Luxury. Again, beads right off, good sweat protection. 5 is Ball Players Balm Pro. Same thing, beads right off, pretty good sweat protection. Number 6 is Mizuno Strong Oil. Same thing, beads up. Number 7 is Nikona. That one I feel like might have beat it up even better than some of the other ones. Pretty good. 8 is Pelican Glove Rub. Again, about the same results. 9 is Rawlings Glove Conditioner. Same thing, just beads right off. Number 10 is Rawlings Glavoleum. So again, just soaks right in, maybe about the same as the Ball Players Balm Light. I can't even tell if this thing's soaked or not because the leather is so dark. I don't even know if it was wet or not. 11 here is Renapure. Really good beading, might be one of the best ones so far. Yeah, really, really good. 12 is Sarna Original. So it beads up a little bit more than the Ball Players Balm Light. Yeah, that's actually better than it was doing the other test where it was just sitting flat. I already start seeping in. That's actually not doing too bad. 13 is the softball version of Sarna. Again, performing about the same as the original. 14 is Sarna Oil. Again, absolutely no waterproofing protection, just soaks right in. And then the last one is Wilson Pro Stock Conditioner. Again, really good water resistance on that one. Alrighty, so that's it as far as all the testing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I wish there would have been a larger variation as far as the results so we could have had a clear winner. But honestly, they're all pretty similar. But here's what I will say to help you guys make your decision. First off, make sure you are at least using some type of conditioner. No conditioner results in everything being able to soak right into the glove right away, which results to cracking and gloves just breaking down a lot quicker than they should. When it comes to the oils, they don't offer any protection as far as like waterproofing, sweat, anything like that. I will say they do give the leather a softer feel, but they also permanently darken it. So if you have a black glove that you're just wanting to make softer, yeah, maybe you can add some oil to it, but I would also still condition because again, they don't offer any protection. I wouldn't recommend the Glavoleum at all. Honestly, it darkened it like a crazy amount. Again, offering no protection. And as far as just feel wise, I'd probably say I like the way the leather feels with the Sarna oil a little bit better than the Glove-Oleum. So if anything, just stay away from Glove-Oleum. When it comes down to all of the like pastes and creams, all pretty similar again. If you want something that has a little bit more tack to it, the Ball Players Balm Game Ready is a little bit stickier if that's something you're looking for. Also, that will also attract more dirt, so remember that as well. A&J's is a great one. I think it lasts a really long time, but it's also the hardest one to apply, meaning that you have to work it a lot to heat it up, whereas the other ones, like you rub them a little bit, they turn into a liquid. I was really surprised with this one, how dark it was, but it actually doesn't darken the leather that much. Another great choice. Renapure, I feel like that one was a pretty solid one. It went on very easily, other than just that kind of odd smell to it. It's really a great conditioner. I think it might have had the best waterproofing out of all of these. When it comes to these two here, Ball Players Balm Pro Conditioner and then the Luxury, they're honestly about the same. When I first started applying them, the Pro Glove Conditioner streaked a little bit more than Luxury Pro, but after a couple coats that all got blended in, so that wasn't a big issue. This one's pretty basic one. Again, nothing special about this one. It's just a basic conditioner. This one, I feel like this one is easy to apply too much because of like, it's just like Vaseline. So be careful with that one. No great scent or anything with that. And I've had two before. This is one that I used to own, and like in my bag, the cap cracked and then kind of like busted out everywhere. So be careful, like if you are carrying this in your bag, that doesn't get punctured or something like that. Pelican Glove Rub, fantastic smell. That one's a good option. I also will mention that the liquids, you definitely have to apply a lot more often, but you can get away with it because they don't darken the leather that much. They don't offer great protection, but if you stack it up, it does offer good protection. It's just not going to get there with one coat. But these other ones take a little bit longer to apply, but you have to do it less often. So if you want something that you're conditioning regularly, like, you know, after every practice or something like that, get one of the liquids. As far as the difference between the two, like Sarna and Ball Players Balm, not a ton. I mean, it's a slight difference as far as the shade. I will say this one's a lot runnier compared to the Sarna. Unless it gets really hot out, then the Sarna gets pretty runny too. So that might be a good option, maybe to put in a spray bottle or something like that. If you just want something that smells really good, or the Sarna Softball is a great option, but I don't love how much darker it was than the original one, just because that just shows all the extra chemicals that you're putting into your glove, literally just for a scent. If I had to pick ones, which ones would I go with? I'd probably honestly go between Renapure or A&J's. It's just that this is a really small company and I don't even know if they exist anymore. And this one just kind of has a funky smell to it, but great results other than just the smell. This one smells great, lasts a long time, just a little bit harder to apply and harder to get a hold of. If your glove is super dry, kind of how I like to condition gloves is I'll start out with one of the liquids just to hydrate the leather. And then once the leather is hydrated, then I'll go back with one of the thicker ones to kind of add a protective coat on top. Hopefully that helps you in making your decisions. Again, I wish there would have been more drastic differences as far as the results, so we could have had a clear winner. But again, just make sure that you're protecting your glove with something. Which one you want to choose, I'll leave that up to you guys. If anybody else has any other ideas as far as tests to run or questions about any of these conditioners or anything like that, be sure to drop some comments down below. I'll go through and read all of them and then make some more videos in the future answering those questions or running more tests.